Hello, this is Chris, and I am back with a brand new reaction video. Today, I'll be giving my reaction to Dunkirk, official trailer 2. This is the upcoming new film from director Christopher Nolan. It's one of my most anticipated movies of the entire year. I mean, come on guys, it's Christopher Nolan. In my opinion, Christopher Nolan's only ever made one bad movie, and that one movie was one of the most cripplingly disappointing films of my entire movie-going life. That was The Dark Knight Rises. I know I'm in the minority on that one, but every other film he's made has just been pure cinematic gold, such as Prestige, The Dark Knight and Inception. I think those ones above the rest, as well as Batman Begins, among my favourites from his. He's done superhero films, he's done thrillers, he's done sci-fi, and now he's taking on the war genre. And from what I saw from the previous trailer reaction I did that one with George. You can find a link to that in the description below. We're both really looking forward to this movie, just for the sheer effort he puts into his productions, shoots as much stuff in camera as he can. I heard he even went to like a war museum and they got one of the planes and they've actually like strapped cameras to those original planes and flew them around, which is incredible, and that's going to look amazing on camera as well. And even the casting as well. I mean, like, Harry Styles is in this movie from One Direction, and I know a lot of people, when that came out, people were like really up in arms about it, but from what I've seen from the trailer, although we haven't seen much, he's clearly been cast for a reason, and I trust Nolan with his casting. So as I said, we're going to watch the trailer together now. I'm going to talk much more about it afterwards, but as I said, one of my most anticipated movies of the year. So I'm going to click play now.
What has happened is a colossal military disaster. We shall go on to the end. We shall never surrender.
It actually looks a lot brighter visually than what I would expect it to be from Nolan. Especially with a war movie as well.
The call went out. We have to go to Dunkirk. Ready on the stern line.
Oh, I forgot Mark Rylance, of course.
Where we're going? Into war, George.
I'll be useful, sir.
One of ours.
He's on me.
I'm on him.
Could have Tom Hardy again with the Bane voice behind the aviator mask. I like how the trailer's put together. You've got the urgency with the ticking of the clock. I love it.
Every hour the enemy pushes closer. They've activated the civilian boats.
Civilians? We need destroyers.
Where are we going?
Dunkirk.
I'm not going back. If we go there, we'll die.
Cillian Murphy as well.
You're weekend sailors, not the bloody Navy. You should be at home.
There's no hiding from this, son. We have a job to do.
Turn it around!
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall never surrender. We shall never surrender. We shall never surrender.
Wow.
Where's the bloody Air Force?
July. Wow, not all too long. That looks incredible. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. What I will say is, though, I've heard the structure of this movie is going to be quite interesting and not at all what I expected from this movie. So from what I've heard, it's told from 3 separate characters during the events of Dunkirk. So I'm guessing this movie is going to be around 3 hours long, which is kind of the usual running time for most of Nolan's movies, or they're up there. It's like 2 hours 40, 2 hours 50 usually. So I'm guessing it's going to be more or less an hour dedicated to each character. My one concern about that, though, is that I hope we get given enough time to develop each of the characters in their narrative segment. I get the point of doing it like that because war inherently is made up of many individuals, so the fact that you don't really get to know each one, you just get to know enough, shows the chaotic nature of it and just how many people were present during the battle itself. But then again, this is a movie, this is different, and it is nice to be able to connect with a character and follow them from the beginning till the end. I mean, if you look at other war movies like Saving Private Ryan, for example, spoiler alert for that movie, by the way, we follow Tom Hanks right from the beginning of the movie, and then he dies at the very end. So we do more or less get a beginning, middle, and end to his character. And I don't know if we're going to get this with this one. Maybe each character will get a beginning, middle, and end in their each individual segment, but I just wanted to throw that out there in case people didn't know that's how the movie was going to be structured. I think it's going to be very interesting styled like that, and I actually think that this one will have a best picture shot for sure for Christopher Nolan, just in terms of the subject matter and how it's structured as well. I guess if we're comparing it with another movie from last year, you could compare it to Moonlight, how that showed 3 distinct chapters of one character's life. This is going to show 3 distinct chapters of this one battle. I think we're going to have on the land, on the air, and on the sea, so that's really cool. What else can I say? The music in this trailer, I know that Hans Zimmer's doing the score, and I'm actually really excited to hear that soundtrack. Hans Zimmer's one of my favourite composers of all time. However, I do kind of miss the old days of his scores, kind of pre-2010. I love the soundtrack to Inception and I love the soundtrack to Interstellar, but he has been very samey with his soundtracks, and I miss his really melodically rich stuff. You look at his older stuff, for example, like Gladiator, or even his animated films like Lion King and Prince of Egypt. It's among some of the best soundtracks ever made. And the last few years we have kind of run into a trope with Hans Zimmer with his music. The Inception Boom, I believe it's referred to now, which seems to be in every single trailer post-Inception, so I guess that's Hans Zimmer's greatest gift to all of us. So the music in this trailer, I'm not sure if that's actually part of the score already. If it is, I'm a little let down by it. I like the urgency of it. As I said in my reaction, you've got like the whole ticking of the clock. It shows the race against time to get all the troops evacuated and the escalation of that. And it even reminded me of Interstellar as well, because time plays an integral role in that movie itself, with the whole time differences between the planet jumping and interdimensional travel. It's very cleverly used, and I like it in this as well, and I think that could be very effective if that is used in the battle. But with a film like this, you really need that full force, emotional, sweeping orchestral score, and I really hope that Hans Zimmer brings that with this one. In terms of the talent as well, I mean, it's an absolute star-studded cast. You've got Kenneth Branagh, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, Mark Rylance, that's just to name a few. Nolan does tend to use a lot of the same actors in many of his films, with like Tom Hardy, for example, and Cillian Murphy, but they're both fantastic actors. They'll play the roles well, and the location shooting looks incredible, as I said, the real planes that were used, and it would just be interesting to see Nolan take on a war movie, because it's something we haven't seen from him before. Very different kind of action, I know, but if we look at his previous movies, maybe aside from Inception, a lot of people have criticised his direction when it comes to action. If we look at the Dark Knight trilogy, for example, a lot of the hand-to-hand combat in that film is very close up and shaky and poorly choreographed and everything like that. So, as I said, this is very, very different combat to the style that was in Batman, but I hope he's got better as a director when it comes to action, and I'm sure he has, because this stuff looks incredible, whether it's the dog fights or the framing when it comes to the beach shots. It looks amazing. And also with Nolan, I will say, when it comes to character, as I said, I love his films and he can do character well. However, sometimes when it comes to Nolan's scripts, they can be a bit wordy and a bit over-intellectual for the moment, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that. His scripts are fine, but the characters, to me at least, never feel like real characters. They never feel like conversations that regular people would have with each other. The scripts are memorable, the lines are memorable. I mean, The Dark Knight, everyone can quote that movie, for example, but it's when you want those realer moments. They feel like someone's just threw a philosophy book at you and is just like quoting extracts from it. I hope he brings a greater sense of realism in this with its characters, because I think that's very important. We want all these troops to feel like real people so we can get emotionally attached to them. But I mean, I've had no problems with the script so far based on the trailer, but the movie might be very different and might be overly wordy like most of Nolan's films. But yeah, I don't really know what else I can say. It looks absolutely incredible. I guarantee that this will be nominated for Best Picture. and just a couple of months away now. So that'll do it for my reaction to Dunkirk official trailer 2. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this trailer. Are you looking forward to it? What are some of your other favourite Nolan films? Anything you like, please do drop me a comment. Tomorrow we'll be going live with a very special update video. It's going to be a very important one as well. I'm going to be telling you guys some of the new show ideas we've got planned and just generally the future of the channel itself. And then on Sunday, to celebrate our 2-year anniversary properly, we're going to be doing a Battle of the Brackets episode, which is going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be me, George, Tate and Tom on that one, and we'll have more details about the time we're going live for that and the bracket itself on our Facebook and Twitter pages. You can find links to those in the description below. There'll be more trailer reactions from me as well. I think I've got a couple of Wonder Woman trailers to do reactions for, and also in lead up to Alien Covenant, me and Tom will be reviewing all of the Alien movies from the original 1979 film to Alien vs Predator Requiem. We've already done a review on Prometheus, so we didn't feel the need to talk about that movie again. But that'll do it for me, and until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.